everyone. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Builder Roundtable. I'm so excited to come this afternoon or this evening, wherever you're looking at us. So today I have another fantastic personality with us here live and direct. So we have the TMO, Dr. Mark Odugwe, live direct with us in the studio here in Manchester for the first time. We are so glad to see her. So for the benefit of people that will be looking or watching at us for the first time, this is Web Builder Talk Show, where we provide insight, knowledge, and education about how you can create, make, manage, and multiply wealth. So we, from time to time, we have been bringing big personality to our round table. Today, I have another amazing person. Her name is Dr. Mark Odugwe, all the way from Nigeria, Lagos. So I want Dr. to introduce herself to our audience.
Okay, so I am Tokwe Mark Odege, and I'm a TV host, and I'm into real estate. I'm a real estate developer. I do real estate encompassing land, agriculture, and selling and developing of houses within Lagos, Ogun State, and in Benin City, all in Nigeria right now. And I'm excited to be the guest on Wealth Breeders Roundtable. I love every platform to talk about wealth creation because aside from being a real estate developer, I am a certified life coach, but I look at life as a constant journey of growth. So we must keep expanding, we must keep growing, we must keep stretching ourselves, and I love to facilitate such growth. I love to catalyst such growth. So I'm happy to be here having this conversation with my brother and seeing how many of you watching would be encouraged, motivated, and inspired by the things we'll probably share today into making your life better.
So thank you very much. You can see that you are starting in a very good and excellent way. So before we go, for a viewer that is looking at us, Dr. Mark Odugwe started her business in less than 2-3 years ago. Today, she's not on the billionaire list, billionaire list in their currency. So we want to extract her to understand what she has done differently that got her to this stage. And we can see that she's fine every day, every now and then, breaking barriers. So we want to understand her mindset, what she has been doing differently. As I've always tell us on this platform, if you want to go on a journey, you need to ask people that is doing it so that they can tell us what they are doing differently so that we can get to the destination. So Tope, thanks for coming again to Web with that roundtable. So I quickly want to ask you about the journey so far, because the way you just come from nowhere and start showing face, you within the real estate, a media personality, is so amazing. So how has the journey been so far? So this is an open platform to let people learn from the journey.
Okay, so for me, I've been an entrepreneur most of my adult life. I used to run a makeup studio from when I was um, I've been a makeup artist since I was 19. I opened my first studio at 21, and I've run that. I did the makeup studio for 13 years before I pulled out of makeup to start doing real estate. So I've always been an entrepreneur, and I understand the principles of entrepreneurship, the challenges of entrepreneurship, the desire to be curious, to be creative, to question what is going on, to disrupt the system. And so when I was going to go into real estate, I knew that I needed to study the industry well. So I got myself into the right community, got myself mentors who have succeeded, asked them every possible question. And from listening to my mentors, from um, knowing what I wanted to achieve, I want to be in the real estate space. And I don't want to play small, I want to play big in the real estate space. So I had that conversation with someone that become my mentor now. And when we had that conversation, it was from the perspective of TMO, what do you want to achieve? Why do you want to do real estate? And I said, I love to teach. I love to help people to grow. And I have seen real estate as a way that it's a place where every human being, no matter you're rich, you're poor, you will need shelter. At any point in time, you would either live in a shelter, you would worship in a shelter, your office is in a shelter. Every human being is going to need real estate. Then, so it's a very essential part of our life. Then you look at the other side. It's a place where you can add value to people's lives, serve your clients, and they will thank you. And like, I'm making money from my clients, and my client is praying for me. They are thanking me. They're so excited. It was a win-win situation. So, and on the final note is, it's a wealth creation platform. So these were the areas that made me things that made me jump into real estate. That real estate, I can create wealth for myself while creating for my clients. With real estate, I can add value to everybody around me, because whether they like it or not, they would definitely need real estate. Even though they don't need it now, in the next few years, they will need it. So this way, I am in an industry that is ever needed. And in the third space is, I love to teach. So this industry helps me to use all my gifts. And so we went into real estate. And because I had my mentor and I had a clear vision of what I wanted to do, of course, there are challenges, but we hit the ground running. It was with a clear head that immediately I launched. Maybe the first 6-7 months we're selling other people's property, but by 8 months into the industry, we acquired our first estate. 1 year into the industry, we acquired 2 more estates, and 2 years down the line now, we have 8 estates that we are doing site and service at. This year, we launched our first agricultural project, which is a yam plantation. Later in the year, we're going to do a palm oil plantation as well, because housing and food, it's like anything that has to do with land is real estate. So agriculture is also a real estate. So I'm really excited about the opportunities that God has brought my way through real estate. And I would say the journey so far that stretched me, but it's very fulfilling.
Thank you very much. What I keep hearing is impact. So you keep making impact to people's life. So that is what I can deduce from everything that you have said. So you come purposely to come and make impact to people's life. So that platform, you're through real estate. That is what I can hear from all what you said. So that anybody, you have to stay somewhere. Either you need it right now, you are staying with your parent or anything. One day you will still need to stay somewhere. That is what I heard so far. So you see, one of the things that make people to make wealth is to make impact. And that is what she is doing at the moment. So if you want to be worthy, what impact do you want to give your society? You can hear from her right now that she's making that impact. So now, a lot of people always ask this question. So sorry, we are going to go a little bit personal. So how do you now combine this with your family? So a lot of people always ask that if you want to be worthy, you need to take either wealth or family. But we see that you are very successful with your family, and at the same time, you are successful with business. How do you manage this, that one does not cross the other one? You can hear that a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that is known, they have a marriage breakdown here and there. So how do you do it so far that made you to be successful with your family?
So I think that it's important to have a good support structure. Setting the right priorities. So for me, my priority is God, family, business.
Okay.
And so I put God first. Next is my family. And there are times when my business would overtake family. There are times when family would overtake business, but none of the two can overtake my place and my relationship with God. So then support structure. I have an amazing husband, and kudos to him. He met me as an entrepreneur, that I've always been in the space of creative hard work. So he knew that he was marrying someone in that space, and it is not holding me back from pursuing my entrepreneurial journey. I always say that many people that I talk to, because I coach people, and when I hear things like, oh, my husband is not allowing me, or my wife is being a stumbling block, I thought about it that maybe because these were not in the conversation before they got married. So suddenly you're springing a surprise on them in marriage. It would require a level of understanding before things would flow. So yes, God, family, business, those three on one side, having a very strong support system. My partner is a very strong support system. My parents are very strong support system. Myself and my husband are currently in Manchester. Who is looking after our three children? My mom. My mom is staying in my house right now with my maid, my driver, and in between all of them, I know my children are well taken care of. But if I didn't have that support system, it would have been a lot of stress for us to take out the time we have so far. So support system is also very, very important. Then I'll say compromise. When you are dealing in relationship, there must be compromise. You will not get your way all the time. Even if you are the CEO of a multinational, when you come into the family, when you come into marriage, you are a wife or a husband. You are not that CEO of a multinational. So you must listen to one another and compromise where necessary. I think that people tend to say, oh, I'm so visionary, I want to become a big business person. We don't understand that sometimes you need to wash the plates, you need to do some things in the house and compromise. So, yeah, compromise is very, very important. And even when finally, my last point on this question will be when life happens and you make a mistake or your attention sways, maybe at some point you realize, oh, I'm not spending enough time with family. Just apologize and get back to what is important. Or maybe you feel like, oh, my business is suffering. Just tell yourself, okay, now I'm going to focus on business a bit more. But forgive yourself for the normal human mistakes that will probably happen in the course of life.
Thank you very much for the audience. So look at it. So I've just said it earlier on that we are going to learn a lot of things. So for people, if you are ready on this journey, your family is not to be left behind. It's not, so that is what you just said right now, that you don't need to, while you are going, you need to get a good support system, have a good platform so that you can move on to wherever you want to. So before I move, so I want to quickly ask you, so how does your husband take Tope of today compared to the Tope of yesterday? Because as you said right now, this was not how you are made. So now that you are coming up to or coming on top, so how does it take you? Because my understanding about women is cultivation. So you want to have a woman to cultivate the woman to whatever you are seeing in your head. So now that you are now, coming up, so how did he try to manage the Tope of yesterday and Tope of today? Because majority of men, once you start coming up, they get intimidated. Some even feel, so how is it taking you, the new Tope?
So that's the thing. There is nothing new about me. I before getting married, I could afford to buy a car. I could afford to buy land. I already was making money before we got married. So he's always known I'm a very ambitious person. So it is, he knew before he got into the relationship. But aside from that, he's a very comfortable man in his own space. So I think that he would be the right person to answer the question, because I've asked him a few times and he says he's not jealous, he's rather inspired. Like when he sees me daring some things, it's like, even me, I can't dare it. So
exactly.
if you can do it inside the house, and I'm seeing this, my wife closing these kind of transactions, and she's able to pull it off, then I can also try. So it is me inspiring him, just the same way he's strengthening me on the areas where I'm not so. But I think that a lot of men need to understand that you are a team. Your wife's success is your success. Your own success is her success. She'll be proud of you. You'll be proud of her. And you shouldn't see yourself as competition so that you start getting jealous of what is your own So that for me is very, very important. No room for jealousy, no room for envy. We are supporting each other on our journeys. That for me is what is important.
So, Mr. Mike, wherever you are, we are giving kudos to you. You are doing a good job. So, thank you very much for helping our Tope to walk on the journey or within the journey. So thank you very much. Kudos to you. So a lot more about you. Let's take about what is happening globally right now. So thank you very much so far for the question. You've been inspiring us, especially people with the little time that we are spent right now. I've learned a lot, and I believe our audience too are learning. So the world right now, there is a lot of downturn, a lot of inflation, a lot of people. Even here in England, last week the government said they are slightly away from recession. So the standard of living is becoming unbecoming. So what we are listening to every day here is about bad news, and I believe so. Someone like you are here to give us the good news that the world is waiting for, so that at least good news can come from somewhere. So what is your own view about the current world recession, that I don't want to use the downtown, and what can you give people to cheer people up that things can be better?
My job is not to cheer people up. My job is to inspire people. So that regardless of whatever happens around you, you dig within yourself and find the capacity to keep on going. The truth is, there would always be ups and downs in life. There would be recession, and then the economy will bounce back. But some people, the recession would mean the end of them, while some people during that recession will be where their business booms. It's about mindset. It's about controlling your thoughts. So here's what I'll say to anybody is, your thoughts are powerful. You must control how you think and how you see the world. While you cannot control how the economy is changing, you can control how you respond to the economical changes. So if everybody is saying there's a complaint, I look at the situation, I look at my life, and I know for a fact that there's always a way of escape. There's always a loophole that is making a few people that see it get wealthy. My job is to look within my industry and find that gap. And once I'm able to get into that gap, I am recession proof. The way to get recession proof is to change your mindset towards recession. Understand that in every recession, the money is not disappearing. The money is only being redistributed. There is a wealth redistribution. Some people will lose the money so that other people like us with the right mindset will gain the money. So if you're watching, your goal is to change your mindset so that you are able to spot the small gaps in this crisis where you can solve a problem and gain wealth through it. So whatever industry you find yourself, getting a side hustle or getting an extra stream of income, when there's a popular, one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, says, when people are holding back, that's when you buy. When everybody doesn't want to buy, you go into the market and buy. When everybody is buying, just watch, because after a while, the bubble will burst. So it is about understanding the wisdom that this is not a time to cry and say, who betide whatever is happening. No, this is a time to look at it and say, what are the essentials and how can I meet my essential needs? And how can I use the excesses that I have, which we are made to believe there is none, to invest and expand my opportunities? That's one. On another side is that negative news thrives. What that means is everybody wants to push the bad news, but there are good news around, but we don't hear it. We only hear the negative news. If somebody gets robbed, oh my goodness, it is going to be trending. But the person that just bought a new house, nobody, it just wants to just say it and move on. So many people that are achieving success are hiding their successes now, while those who are suffering are loud with their suffering. who are you listening to?
True.
So change who you are listening to. Change yourself from being so tuned to negatives and start focusing your news to be positive news, successful stories. Read about Forbes, read about people that are still making money in this economy, and you will start seeing what they are doing. And maybe you can emulate some things or be inspired by their practices to do better.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm really excited. I'm even as if I'm receiving a charge myself. So you can hear what she's saying right now. It is your mindset. You need to now start changing your mindset. The opportunity exists. And she just said it right now, that the distribution is just redistribution. And where do you want to be? Do you want to be at the angle of scarcity or surplus or abundance? So just look into yourself, look into the opportunity that is available, and take the opportunity. The opportunity exists.
Yes,
so that is what she's trying to tell us. So don't even listen to be candid. A new set like today, a new set of billionaires have just been bought today. A new set of millionaires has just been bought today. So people just bought a house today.
Yeah.
People just bought a new car today.
Sure.
But nobody is hearing that, as you have just said. So new things have just happened today. Even if you look at your household right now, maybe somebody has just even had a new baby today. You don't know. So, but people
Good
don't
things
want.
are happening.
Yes, good things are happening. So as you said, it's just like you talking to me as well. That don't look at what people are saying. And there is this saying that says, sheep does not always sink by the water that comes outside. It is the water that comes inside the sheep that makes the sheep to sink. So what I just got from what you said right now is,
Don't let it get in.
don't let it get in. Look otherwise. So when they are saying things is down, you look at why things is up and change your mindset. If 1 million people are not making it, me, we're only
to be among the
only
1%.
Only 1% of it.
I'm going to be among the 1%.
And it's happening. Yeah, it's happening.
That's all.
It's happening.
That's
so
all.
for myself, I set some target for myself. I was even thinking that it's going to happen in December.
And
but
you are
before
ready?
we were in February, and it started happening. And people will be looking, is it the same thing you are doing? But that is the mindset.
Are you in the UK?
Oh yes, are you in the UK? Exactly. Are you doing the same thing? So that is the mindset. So I want to encourage you, as you have said, change it. Look at the opportunity. The opportunity exists. In the angle, one of the things that is happening right now, we are in the real estate sector here in England. So a lot of people are drawing back because of the increase in the mortgage rate, which is our borrowing rate here. So for them to invest right now, people are running back. And I'm telling people, for my own part, that you cannot win always. You can't win all. In the time past, what happened is that the mortgage price is reduced. And what happens is the seller that is selling houses raise their prices. So now that the government has come, the people giving us the money has now raised their prices. What happened now is
The housing
prices now start going down. So, but people don't really get it. So, don't really get the logic. So, as a wealth creation captain, please, what can you talk to people about investment so that people can get it, how investment works? So, how investment works, so that they can take advantage of the opportunity, as you have said, is inexistent, that people are not seeing.
So I do real estate in Nigeria, you do real estate in the UK. In Nigeria, the complaint is, the government, we don't know where the government is going to go to. The government isn't, the Naira is not stable. And because it's not stable, we cannot invest. And I tell them, there's always going to be one form of crisis or the other. But the question is, when you study the market, you study that, you do the numbers, you ask yourself, based on this, not emotional decision, not listening to yourself or people like you, but listening to experts, you would realize that experts are investing in this recession.
Exactly.
Pre-recession, they are investing.
Exactly.
In recession, they would invest. After recession, they would invest. You don't stop investing because you're not playing a short-term game, you're playing a long-term game.
Exactly.
Investment in real estate is not a get-quick-rich thing.
It's
It's a building wealth consistently.
Yeah.
over a period of time. So if you look at the calculation now and you're thinking this is not a good time to buy a house or to invest into real estate, that maybe in the next 5 years, by the next 5 years, property you probably wanted to buy right now would have almost doubled in price in 5 years' time. So what would you have done with the money between now and then that will have doubled? Because there is no industry that gives you legitimate appreciation like real estate. It doesn't exist. Crypto tried to do it. They failed woefully because the structure is not there. It's not a tangible resource. Real estate is tangible, and in every economy, you can't fail if you do real estate right. And I had to put right because there are ways to do real estate wrong. You do real estate wrong when you don't calculate your numbers. You don't calculate your income, what you have as disposable. If you have not saved, because some opportunities will come that your lack of savings will not help you take advantage of it. So it's important that you have a bit of savings to be able to take advantage of investment opportunities. And a lot of times we don't understand that we need to make sacrifices. In times of recession, it's not when you spend more. It is when you spend less and invest more. You don't get it. When people are complaining, oh, the cost of living is going high, things are becoming more difficult. That's not when you will now go out and start spending excessively. That is when you will take from that money that you feel you don't have. You would invest it because you are doing what majority don't do. The things of being successful is doing the hard things.
Being successful, please repeat it.
Yes, being successful is doing the hard things. And majority of people don't like doing the hard things. That's why majority cannot be successful. The minority of successful people understand how to do the hard things. The more you do the hard things, the easier it will get to do the hard things. That's why wealthy people build wealth easier and faster than poor people. The wealthy person that already has saved a bit of money will find it easy to multiply it faster than the person that has not even saved anything. So it's important that you get comfortable with doing the hard things. The hard things will be that I am looking away from some luxuries I would like, but I'm putting that money into investment. When you discuss your investment moves in your friends' circle, they look at you like, are you normal? Don't you know that there's a recession coming? But that is what makes you a successful person, because you don't do what every normal person does. If you do what they do, you will have their life and their results. If you want a better result, you will do what they don't do, which is to invest regardless of the economy.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is what our audience needs right now. And thank you for dishing out this to us. The reason the people that live here, especially here in the United Kingdom, will work hard. In fact, some people have 3 jobs. So if you go get to some people's house, you will see 6 computers sitting down. So sitting down, working from one angle to another angle. Some people, once they finish one job, they move to, so they work hard. So what you are trying to let them understand right now is, despite you are working hard, you must save hard so that
you not work on your life.
You not work on your life. And as I used to tell our people, savings is different from investment. Savings is you putting money aside
to later
for you to invest later. So right now, as you are working hard right now, you need to spend less, and you must increase your investment. Majority of the people that invested right as of that time, as you've said, today they are relaxing. So they are relaxing. For instance, there are some people in my own portfolio, they have like 6-7 houses. Today, what they just instruct us to go and tell our tenants,
increase of rent.
Increase of rent. So the tenant will just call us and tell us, I can't pay, I can't do this. Yet they're still going to pay the increment, and they move on with their life. They are even still looking for more opportunities. So what you are trying to tell people right now is, if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, you must now increase your investment. Thank you very much. I'm really being challenged, being motivated on this platform. So for our audience looking at us, watching, this is Webinar Roundtable, where we bring important personality, people of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So, Doctor, thank you very much. We are really appreciating your talk this evening. You are even inspiring us to do more. So, quickly, because of our time, so there are some people here, they are looking for opportunity where you live. So they are looking at, okay, they want to take the advantage of the currency fluctuation. So do you have any opportunity for these people the diaspora people, if you can let them know. So, and then what is, like a giveaway to say, okay, you are in Manchester for them. So what can you give them? So as people are looking for long-term investment right now, I was driving yesterday, a woman just coming from London. I want to invest, but I'm not looking for a short time because I know short time will not pay me. So people like that, they want to take the advantage of the currency here. So do you have something for them?
Okay. So I always explain to people that my business, Rep 360, is set up to provide safe, because safety is very important, safe and profitable real estate opportunities within Nigeria. So many, and most of our clients are in the diaspora, which is why I tend to travel a lot. Many of our clients are in the diaspora. They have heard stories of their friends being duped. Some of them themselves have been duped by real estate companies in Nigeria. They bought a land, they did not deliver, those kind of things. For me, integrity is a big deal. Every property we have is constantly being checked. We don't oversubscribe, we don't oversell. We don't sell what we don't have, and we have properties within Lagos area. Lagos is the capital, commercial capital city of Nigeria, and Lagos gives huge, massive return on investment. So we have in the new Lagos Ekpe about 4 estates. One of the key properties that we have right now is a transitional real estate. So what I mean by transitional real estate is this is a residential area, but it's in a developing area. So it means that nobody can live there yet. But we sell it and customers will get capital appreciation. We're saying you buy something 2.5 and in the next 10 years, it's worth over 25 million naira. 2.5 million naira. The challenge is I should say it in pounds, Abi.
Yeah, no. I'm just looking at 2.5. I'm looking at 2,500 pounds. Which is what the investors are talking about.
Yes.
You understand? So
and it will be worth times 10 in a short while because this is Ekpe. But you don't have to wait till then before you start making money. We are planting yams every year. So customers can be getting 10% every year from yams, while the land is appreciating in value. So it's a win-win. And also there is an agricultural problem in Nigeria. Many people complain people don't plant yams in Lagos. They bring yam from Benue State. But we found out last year that we could plant yams in Lagos. And so it makes life easier for Lagosians to get cheaper food, and it helps my customers to make money. So I am having impact in every sector. I'm solving the food problem. I'm providing my investors with opportunity to make money, and yet their land is appreciating. So they're not having land lying fallow. Now, because of trust issues, I hear stories of, I don't want to do a Greek investment. They will take money and promise returns. I'm not promising empty returns. You own your land. We plant yams there. If you are in the diaspora and you feel like you have a brother that can help you come and carry the yam, simple. You can come and pack 500 tubers of yam. Because on every plot of land, you will get 500 tubers.
500 tubers
of yam. And your initial cost is £2,500. It's what they call 2,500. 2,500 pounds. So we even have half plots going for 1,300.
You see?
So half plots, yes, 1,300. So for me, and for people and there's a window. It's not a perpetual thing because there must be a time when it comes to farming. There's a time to farm. If we don't farm at the right time, we cannot harvest. So if we're selling this entire thing, we must be done with clearing the land by the end of March, so that once we have rainfall in April, we plant by April ending or May, and within a year, 9 months after, you have your first 500 tubers yam harvest. And so the opportunity is available for everyone that is interested in that window, which is a more affordable window. Of course, if you want to buy houses in Nigeria, you're looking for houses within Lagos, we have that covered. But I understand that in this season, when you look at the big investments, the 50,000, 100,000 pounds investment, you might look at it that where do I start from? So we give an option of the smaller investment. So you can do 2,500. You can deposit 1,000 pounds and you can spread your balance. You know, you can do something small and you're sure that when your brother, your sister, your niece is calling you from Nigeria for money, you just transfer the money that you already have in Naira to them, reducing the stress and pressure on you here. You know, so it's a beautiful win-win situation. That's our major offer for everyone in Manchester and anybody that sees this online, Wealth Breeders, wherever.
Roundtable.
Yes, Wealth Breeders Roundtable, wherever you are watching this, just note that for everyone that watches this and reaches out to us on our social media handle, that's Rep360 social media handle, or even reach out through Wealth Breeders Roundtable host, you'll be able to get a 5% discount because you are coming through Mr. Sunday. So I'm sure that will excite you.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So for our audience right now, so if you are thinking that you are not ready to invest here in England and you are from Nigeria and you are looking for a slight opportunity to start, so Tope is giving us this opportunity, £2,500 for you just to have a portion of the land and then start earning money. So I see it's a very wonderful opportunity for people. So they're taking the advantage of it. So people in Nigeria will be saying 2.5 million or so. So but look at you, just 2,500 is a very small sticking change for you to start real estate. Just test it, because I believe that if you want to, you know, start small and see what you are trying to talk about. So this is what she's been doing as a business over there. And she's doing big, and she's now extending the opportunity to you guys right now in the diaspora. Imagine being in business for the last 2 years, and now she's not on the global stage right now. You know, here in Manchester. So there's a demand for her in Glasgow, in state, you know, in New York, you know. So you too, so you can quickly tap into this opportunity and learn and see how what you are talking about, the magic. You don't need to work all your earnings throughout your lifetime before let your money work for you. So thank you very much. It's really challenging me this evening coming to this platform to come and talk to people. We've been doing this here in this city for some times, but I believe that we need to bring ordinary people like you doing extraordinary things so that people can see that it's working. It's possible. It's not a matter of location. It's a matter of mindset that you have just said earlier on. So if you want to go to somewhere, they used to say walk with the wise so that you can be wise, and that is the platform you are giving us to say come and see how we are doing it. Start small in this season. By the time you are now ready, the opportunity you can now understand. And I believe that by the time they start doing this leg testing, they will have more confidence, more trust in your business. So quickly, so where do you see Rep360 before you go in the next 5 years? So the reason why we're asking this is because in the next 5 years, when you look back at this record and say, I know, and I said it, look at me. So we just want to be excited to understand the journey with you, to see how you are thinking so that people can understand in the next 5 years. And she said it, and look at where the company. So where do you see Rep360 in the next, let's say 60 months?
So yeah, for me, I see Rep360 with a more global footprint over the next 3 years. Will be 5 years by then. And what I want to do is I don't want to limit my opportunity. I don't want to limit my talent to Africa. I don't want to limit my talent to Nigeria. So yes, I'm starting from Nigeria, but my goal is to provide global investment solutions, you know. So global investment solutions to anyone who wants to build wealth. Because at the end of the day, we are on a journey and God has given us capacity. So it is, you might have one talent and somebody has 5 talents. But if you don't find a way to multiply your talent and invest and put it to good use, it's going to be taken away from you. So I feel that God has given me the skill to help people who have talent understand how to multiply it, and it is not by color or by race. So as many people as I can help to make their money multiply, open up opportunities for them, let them see the possibilities of growth in their life, on a global scale. So we're starting in Nigeria, and our target is to hit 1,000 customer base within the first 3 years. We're well on our way towards doing that. And they were hoping in 5 years would have gotten to 10,000 customers who would have enjoyed the opportunity we give.
Thank you very much. So you can see now, so they are looking at 10,000 base customers. So I wish you best. Thank you. As you proceed on this journey. So as I was coming, so I have a daughter at home, and she was like, what can you present to this person to show that, she visited you? So this morning she just said, when you finish the round table, please can you help me to give her this little trophy to show that she visited your round table.
Oh, this is so pretty.
Amazed.
And it has my name.
Yes, I was so amazed when she gave me this money that just help me give it to her to say thank you very much for coming all the way from Lagos to Manchester to honor this round table.
Thank you so much, TMO at Wealth Breeder Roundtable executive guest.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Wherever you are, you can help me to say thank you to her. So she just wants to show that she appreciates your coming.
Thank you so much.
Before I close, if we invite you again to Manchester on a larger scale, to come and see people of Manchester. I don't know if you can help us to tell them, are we welcomed? Are you going to welcome our invitation again?
So honestly, I've enjoyed my stay thanks to my amazing host, Mr. Sunday. I would love to come back to Manchester. I just came. I'm spending only two nights, but I would look forward to spending like maybe 5 days. Being here for a longer time, getting to see the opportunities. I visited some of your sites. Amazing projects that, Mr. You don't know what you have here. Mr. Sunday is doing some amazing real estate projects right here in Manchester, and I would love to see them, and even share the opportunities back home. So I'm excited. Thank you to your daughter for reminding you to give me this.
Yeah, so just a way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So for our,
I'd love to come.
Thank you very much. So for our audience, so we don't have much of our time. So this is the little we can take from her. So I want to say thank you very much for listening to us, and I want you to help us to share this with your friends and family so that they can benefit. We are on the journey making new set of people becoming millionaire, billionaire. Even if you want to be a thousandaire, so we are on the journey for you, just to help you, give you the insightful topic that you need, bring you the people that is doing it so that you can understand that it's possible. So thank you very much for this opportunity and this episode. So thank you very much, Tope, for coming again. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes,
thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
All right, we're done.
Are you there?